it was like an hour after I had left them. And I was like, how many games have you guys played? And they're like 5. Because they just went to time every single game. Because, of course, why not?
Small Battlefield Grand Finals here at Dreamhack Atlanta 2023. DDee sticking with the Pokemon trainer. Doesn't feel comfortable with the Steve against Mega Man himself. So, got to respect that going forward. A man of many different characters. Already opening up the gates here with the grab into the up B. So this game that we saw previously, right? We saw a lot of Squirtle usage coming out from DDee. Didn't want to opt to go for Ivysaur Charizard unless it like kind of demanded for it, whether you're at like a high percentage or you have a little bit of stage presence. But I think DDee likes to be mobile and likes to be a small target against the likes of Mega Man.
Small target was certainly very helpful for him in the first set, and then swapping to Charizard to yoink away a couple stocks. We are seeing small Battlefield here as opposed to the Battlefield that Peabnut has been playing most of his games in this top 8 on, and most of the games in that last Game 5 set.
Oh, I thought maybe a downer was going to come out, but I think he was trying to wait to see how DDee was going to recover with that tether grab, right? He has the ability to jump out of that at any time, so you can kind of mix up how you get back to the stage. It's what makes tether recoveries really good in this game, just in general.
98% to 96%, but Peabnut catches DDee getting greedy.
Down smash looking a little super effective. He's going to jump back into her the second stock. Peabnut again climbing up that damage bit by bit. Definitely don't want to be in Charizard state for that little bit of combo, right? The heavier you are, the easier you are to combo.
Absolutely true. Mega Man pretty dang heavy, and DDee having a hard time getting anything onto him. 40% already built up onto him, and Peabnut using that loser's bracket momentum, the adrenaline off of coming straight off of a reverse sweep against Apollo Kage coming in huge for him as he tries to win this game number 1.
Okay, DDee looking for an opportunity to finish this stock off, hunting with the Charizard, whether it's going to be a long reaching back air, a grab, a forward air, or even a rando flare blitz, but I don't think it's going to come out from the likes of DDee at this point. Or just the fly, which he's been getting a lot of kills off of in the previous set.
It was a little bit detrimental during the last set too, though, because for as many flies as he hit and took stocks with, he also missed quite a few and took big punishes. Got to be careful, but at least so far his hit rate is 100%, and that's, way better than the MLB.
Yeah. Gonna get that down air into an up B. Nair not gonna be able to connect. Ooh, Metal Blade. A little bit of combo action coming out here from DDee using the projectile against him. He held shield for so long. Peabnut eventually was just like, you're gonna jump now. Didn't even try to react. He got a little antsy.
He was just staunch in his defensive gameplay.
Yeah.
I bet he would have held that shield till it cracked.
Bro, he was not jumping. Saw Blade.
Trying to get back up on stage. Crash Bomber getting in the way, but DDee's still able to get back up and on and has an opportunity to take the lead back because Peabnut gets a little bit overeager, tries an up smash out of shield on a missed dash attack. DDee a little bit too safe to punish that way. Back throw here. Should set up an edge guard.
Has the Metal Blade in hand. Could have going up for like a Z drop. Parries the first swing and gets the punish right afterwards. Just slides in there with the up smash and catches the big boy Charizard into that stock.
Final stock in this first game for DDee. F-throw here forces him to drop the Metal Blade, though, and this is a chance for DDee. Tries to catch Peabnut jumping this time around, but the up air unsuccessful.
You're going to notice how this recovery option coming out from Peabnut, right? Kind of debating like how he's going to get back onto the stage. Does it with an aggression instead with the down air. I mean, down air is such a like a really good tool for Ivysaur to try to like bounce him up into the air and get a follow-up right afterwards. But now we're swapping right back over to Charizard again, looking for the high 3, the forward air. Maybe even like another fly.
And, it is the start of this set, but DDee just been unable to kill with anybody who's not Charizard so far. In such a difficult position, because he's going to need to make the comeback no matter what, but he can't even get that comeback started until he takes the stock and fair off that platform. Not enough.
Mega Man.
Throw here.
Mega Man's looking as heavy as a rock right now. 157 off stage, throws out the crash bomb.
That's why they call him Rock Man.
Yeah, dude. We changed his name over here. We thought Mega was more powerful in this states.
More powerful than Rocks? I think not. The down throw, even Rocks, if thrown with enough force, can go to space.
You think so?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Oh, true. We give it some fuel. You ready to rock here? 121. going to opt to go for that tech on the right platform. Forward air down throw. That combo damage is
baby.
starting to climb. This is the Squirtle we know and love. DDee going off for a deep down air, trying to risk it all. I mean, I get it, right? If you go off like that and you manage to land that down air, you just stole that game away from your opponent. So he had to go for a do or die moment. It ended up not working out for him, and Peabnut was able to capitalize on the punish right afterwards and finally puts a point on the board in favor of Peabnut.
Peabnut getting on first as well. So important in this Grand Finals first set versus DDee. And in a great spot now. But like I was talking about, fresh off of the momentum of a reverse sweep, trying to carry that through Grand Finals. He's got to clean this up quick before that starts to die out and DDee starts to wake up. We already saw at the end of that game, DDee was looking for those Hail Mary clutches. And he starts to find stuff like that, Peabnut's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Have to stay on that lookout here. Forward air into nair, into up air. The combos just keep on coming. There's something from this Squirtle that he just loves this character at the lower percents and doesn't opt to swap out whenever he sees someone at like mid percent. He just sticks with them until he's at like this little bit high. Ivysaur, one of the better characters for like stage trapping because of the likes of Razor Leaf or down air in general, or just going off stage and catching someone with a quick vine whip.
But I'm definitely going to ask DDee later why he's so committed to Squirtle in this matchup. He is playing pretty heavily into Ivysaur right now. But for the vast majority of both sets we've seen in this matchup, it's been Squirtle.
I would say it's been like 70% Squirtle.
And that's really high for a PT. Usually they just play low percent Squirtle.
Yeah, that's why it's so shocking. So it must be because of the matchup. Okay, back throw, tosses it back off. Flare blitz.
No.
Very risky. Going to get punished for it, but Charizard is one of the heavier characters in the game, so he's going to be able to live to fight another trade. Metal Blade going to try to Z-drop that. Forward smash in case he had the timing right.
Look at him just stutter stepping away from DDee's back airs.
I'm always a fan of that animation because that's like a try and true that Mega Man does. Like in his old games, you can like move like that where you just
wiggle.
The wiggle. All right.
Side B not going to connect on DDee dropping from Angel platform. But he, like we were talking about earlier, still just throwing it out up there to control when you leave Angel platform.
Yes. Having that Crash Bomb as a presence up there to be able to catch you with invincibility, very strong tool. Gets nicked by that first Leaf Blade, Razor Leaf, I mean, and couldn't get too much off of it, unfortunately. 155, now we're looking for that kill.
Z-drop back air, looking for it all, gonna do it again, rinse and repeat, and that's gonna be it for that stock. One remaining for DDee before he goes down 2-0 and has to reverse sweep to avoid a reset in this Grand Finals.
Looking very different from the previous set, by the way. I feel like DDee's playing a little bit more aggressive. He's kind of getting into Peabnut's face a lot. Nair off stage, not enough to get the kill.
And it's still not enough to kill. Well, it technically killed.
When you run out of resources, I guess.
Indirectly.
Yeah. That's a gimp. Okay, here we go. Metal Blade.
Cheek Nair can gimp too. I still wouldn't consider that a kill move.
Sure. Anything's a kill move if you think real hard about it.
Anything's a kill move if you edge guard with it.
Yeah.
Although we did literally see Mega Man Pellet kill in the last set, so anything really is a kill move. Anybody can cook.
The question is, what is Peabnut going to cook here if he manages to take this reset, right? Because I'm wondering if DDee's going to swap characters if he finds himself at too big of a disadvantage.
It'd certainly be interesting to see. But he manages to take that stock this time around and puts us on last stock despite the 2-0 lead that Peabnut had earlier. He could still clutch this up. It's still possible, Austin.
Throwing that Metal Blade downwards, it gives you opts to go for the fastball, throwing out the Crash Blade. A lot of projectiles coming your way. That downer is going to be very scary. Opts to go for the max length of that Vine Whip. Comes back in and starts to get a lot of combo damage off that forward air. Hold on a second. This is looking kind of bad for Peabnut. DDee keeps his pressure on off stage. Bit by bit, that damage will find its way. Crash Bomb on him. Not going to... They kind of messed with... Oh, no! The Crash Bomb actually prevented DDee from being able to get that advantage off stage, right? You saw it in his eyes, but he wanted to go for like a down air down there, but Crash Bomb was on top of him, so he had to get out of there, and he had to use an air dodge, and Peabnut capitalized on the Crash Bomb.
Yeah, Peabnut been in that situation a bajillion times, knows exactly how to capitalize on his own character's tools a lot better than anybody else can capitalize on them. And the switch up to Mr. Game & Watch coming through from DDee as he finds himself down 2-0, facing the barrel of a reset. We'll see if this is the counter pick to do it. it is a practice character. He's won a couple 404s with this guy, and he's rocking the Mia Meister color scheme as well, just for good luck.
I'm not going to lie, if there's a time to test out this character, it's when you're down 2-0 before the reset. Because, okay, if you lose this game, nothing, you have a fresh set right afterwards. So you see if it works or not, you know? This is probably one of the perfect times to go for like the testing phase.
The most perfect time to test out secondaries in bracket is winners round 1. The second best time to test out secondaries in bracket is grand finals set 1 when you're about to lose and you have a whole reset behind you. Because what it does, 1, it gives you a little bit of a mental reset of your own because you're not playing the same character that you've been losing on the whole time. And 2, it resets some of the opponent's adaptations, because if it's not just like a they can 3-stock you character, which this very obviously isn't, Peabnut now has to think differently about how he's playing. He's playing the Game & Watch matchup instead of the Pokemon Trainer matchup. And because of that, if DDee then goes right back to Pokemon Trainer in the next game, Peabnut will have to take some time to readjust again.
Yeah, and on top of that, all the conditioning you've done is pretty much gone at this point because it's a different character. They might think differently now because of that swap. So here we go, down air coming out. With this Game & Watch, honestly, kind of a cool character to see come out from DDee. Gonna place that crash bomb right there. Fantastic back air coming out from Peabnut to take away that first stock. Things seem to be looking very well here for the Mega Man.
Looking pretty good, but DDee still putting up a fight on the secondary character. Pretty near to where he should be able to convert into a kill if he gets the opportunity to, but Peeb can just wall him out in neutral, or maybe not. Gets caught jumping on an up smash. We've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the... If there is an anti-air in this game, it's got to be Mr. Game & Watch's up smash. That thing's got almost practically invincibility on it. Like, it's so strong. Catches up anyone that's jumping at him. Has a ton of knockback on top of it. Okay, DDee just going to walk up slowly, get that grab. See where we're going to go. Up tilt. Shoryu, 1 stock away from getting a bracket reset.
Looking great is Peabnut, not just to win this first set, but maybe even to win this entire tournament, because he has been decimating DDee throughout this entire set, despite losing to him in winners finals. 32% now, 47, just continuing to put the hurt on him.
Getting a lot of fishbowl. Fishbowl into fishbowl equals tons of damage. I like that combo. Down air into back air. A very fair trade here for Peabnut.
77%. Game & Watch a little bit on the lighter end, so yeah, if Peabnut manages to get an up tilt off that side platform, he might be able to get the stock with it.
Definitely within their own possibility. Coming right back up with those pellets. 84 damage here on DDee. That bucket, Oil Panic, not going to come in clutch there. Peabnut just simply goes for the shield right afterwards. Well, it's kind of giving them weak oils, right? Just the pellets don't really do too much for that bucket.
Up air. Looking to do a lot more damage before he can take this stock, or maybe just anti-airing with another up smash. I love hearing the bass of the speakers out there every single time Game & Watch Fair hits.
Oh yeah, just like the explosion on it, the oomph of it all. 104 right now on DDee. Peabnut looking to try to close this out. Has the advantage. Look at him spacing out, doing a lot of fadeaways. Metal blade change. At this point, just trying to like call him out with like a straight forward smash. Maybe even if he catches him jumping one more time, he can get like a Shoryu or an up smash himself.
One thing, unfortunately, for DDee, as he does come very near to taking the second stock away, he's not going to deplete Peabnut's stamina. Even if he takes this game and the next couple all the time, Peabnut can do this for days.
Yeah. He's been in the lab for so long.
I was about to say down throw 9, but it wasn't in the cards, as that is a grand finals reset, a 3-0 sweep from Peabnut, bringing us to what will be, no matter what, the final set of Dreamhack Atlanta.
Peabnut doing a fantastic job those first 2 games and kind of just like whittling down that Pokemon Trainer. Again, I gotta say, I feel like DDee was playing a little bit aggro with the Pokemon Trainer. So the mental reset with the Game & Watch might come into fruition. I don't think he's going to bust out the Game & Watch for this set. He's either going to go straight back to Pokemon Trainer or we go to Steve. And it looks like it's going to be Pokemon Trainer. Just need that a little bit of a mental reset on top of experimental with the Game & Watch. We're going to see how he's going to be able to play with this character. Final set of the day, of the weekend.
He's doing exactly what I was talking about going into that Game & Watch game, using the Game & Watch, even though he had a chance to win with it. It wasn't a throwaway game, but using it more as a reset than anything else going into this bracket reset. try and throw off Peabnut's adaptation as we now hear the Dragon Quest XI battle music. I'm a big fan.
Not the orchestrated version?
I love the orchestrated version too, but they're both good.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't matter what type of font it is. It's the song itself. But here we go. Now back in the center, whiffing a grab. Tons of whiff grabs coming out from both players. Ivy Sword, I like that Pokemon swap right on top of the forward air. It gives him a little bit of invincibility, so able to get out of that dodge. I'll never forget, like in Brawl, if you ever like Pokemon swapped with this character, you had like fatigue afterwards, or like you had to go for a swap, and you were like completely wide open for a hit.
And it looks like the Game & Watch game served its purpose. First blood, and the reset goes to DDee.
Looking super strong. We got another crouch coming out. Okay, a lot of these pells are just kind of like finding these straight hits whenever DDee opts to go for a jump. DDee's starting to play a little bit more passive here with the water gun. I like that Peabnut doesn't really go in until he hears that sound effect of the crash bomb landing on his opponent. Once that happens, the aggro is like at full force because he recognizes that the opponent's going to have to play around both him and the crash bomb. Trying to apply some pressure with that up tilt, unfortunately going to get blocked by it. That's going to give Peabnut ample amount of time to get caught by DDee's swings.
Oh, B just randomly comes through and beats out Peabnut.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good anti-air.
And that's an even better kill option as he triple dares to knock Peabnut down into the bottom blast zone. Very well played. Peabnut's able to get his lick back as he dashes in and up tilts very quickly after the fact, but he's still down an entire stock.
Georgia's champion going back on the Squirtle here. Down throw into some more damage. This one thing Squirtle's got a lot of cooking is those low damage conversions. Oh no, Ivy Sword in a bad spot. I'll swap over to the Charizard to gain that additional jump. Compared to the other two Pokemon, Charizard does gain that additional double jump that helps in the when it gets kind of like stressful out there.
Looking for another dare here though. A little bit too late. Footstool into Leaf Shield, but DDee's able to get Shield out in plenty of time.
Empty Hog going to avoid that Vine Whip in the process. Gets called out by the grab. Vine Whip on top of that Razor Leaf. Going to have to avoid it, going for a very deep recovery. Opting for DDee to try to challenge him. Connects the down air, and he might be done for with the Footstool on top of it. DDee putting the first point of the Grand Finals on the board for himself.
Great stuff to DDee. The mental reset doing wonders as a 2-stock comes through in game number 1. And now it's looking like it might be possible for him to just 3-0 Peabnut right back. Battlefield is the venue.
Yes, sir.
Normal Battlefield, not Battlefield. Gotta make sure.
I don't think that's even like an option that you can do.
I love Battlefield. It changes everything.
It literally changes the meta.
It's all different.
Everything's different.
I'm different.
This copy of Switch is like individualized too.
It's built specifically to be able to handle the fire of this Grand Finals here at Dreamhack Atlanta. Early start looks like it goes to nobody because they've gone 10 seconds without being able to hit each other.
They were so close to each other that was like a how moment. All right, here we go. DDee gets the first swing at things and already putting Peabnut off of 64 damage off of that one exchange. Something has changed in this lad. Okay, we put some more pressure here on Peabnut. Leaf Shield, gives some shield pressure. I was hoping for a roll afterwards. I don't know how often DDee's been going for those rolls, but Peabnut was banking on that pivot grab.
Trying real hard for it, but once again, the early lead goes heavily in favor of Peabnut. Sorry, in favor of DDee. I'm so used to the last set that I'm getting my players
flashbacks.
Confused. Yeah, flashbacks to when Peabnut was 3-0ing, and that seems just like a distant memory at this point, because now all of the advantage is going towards DDee. 102% going to be looking for a kill very, very shortly. Maybe looking for a dare up air off that platform.
Okay, going to jump over that Razor Leaf again. What he's looking for is that Razor Leaf to connect to get like his heart's desire afterward. There's so much hit stun on Razor Leaf that he can connect Vine Whip. He can connect down air if he's close enough. He can connect any one of his swings. Charizard coming out instead to get that little bit of additional disjoint with that back air, or maybe even the forward air, depending on which way he's going to be facing. Or the fly, the try and true. That is the move we've seen so much from DDee's Charizard. Just connecting a lot of kills. It's such a quick move.
So quick, but unfortunately for DDee in the last set, he missed so often with it that Peabnut was able to convert into so many kills. Now he's being a lot more conservative with where he uses it and getting a lot better usage out of it. Peabnut trying so hard to fire back on this stock, but he's only been able to get the small chip hits.
Yeah, big punish game coming out here from Peabnut. Is going to catch that dash attack with a grab. Going out super deep with the Razor Leaf. Unfortunately, couldn't find its mark. Has to air dodge into the platform. There could have been an opportunity for DDee to get connected down here at that point.
Well, speaking of the opportunity to connect, Peabnut smacks him with the Shoryuken, knocking him into that top blast zone and down to the second stock. And DDee just waiting him out. He's like, all right, play this game. I'm down.
He's more than down. We saw what he did in doubles.
We commentated what he did in doubles.
Okay, we got the Leaf Blade again. Going out a second time to keep that damage climbing and climbing.
Trying to find some way in past neutral here. It's still DDee with a slight lead. So the onus of approach is on Peabnut. And hey, that is literally the first time I've ever seen Peabnut get hit by Metal Blade. Just in general.
It happened a couple of times, but it's definitely not a common sight, man. Like, that dude does not get hit by his own tools. Alrighty.
DDee trying so hard to keep Peab walled out, but Peab gets in eventually. Grab back throw, tries to tether cancel onto stage, but it goes disastrously for DDee. He might be dropping a stock for this. Legend Invincibility runs out and he drops down. That was so smart.
Going super deep with that Vine Whip. Charizard's back here on the stage. This is definitely a character that can get a kill near the edge of the stage. Maybe not with the fly just yet, but that rage is climbing, so maybe a little bit later on, opts to go for a nair and eats a forward smash for his troubles.
The bouncing Leaf Shield to put DDee in position where that F smash would do its thing. Beautifully played by Peabnut, and he's been holding on to that one. He hasn't gone for anything along those lines yet in all of these sets. Now that it's the Grand Finals reset, now that he's down a game, he's pulling out all the stops.
Throw that Metal Blade down. Another dash attack. A very rare appearance. The second time we've seen it so far. Leaf
It's
Blade.
the thing that won him winners, or the first game of Winners Finals, I think. There's been so many games between Peabnut and DDee, though I'm starting to lose track of who did what and when.
Yes, sir. I mean, when you have so many games like this here in top 8, it's very easy to do so. But here we go. Peabnut with a stock lead. Still playing a little bit passive here. Doesn't want to get called out by Charizard of all characters. Playing a little bit respectful here, going for the forward airs. Leaf Shield on top of him, so he can't go for the fly option as a shield. But look at him, he's not approaching him because he knows he's looking for that fly.
Look at both of these guys just jumping around and flickering shield. They're like, come on, jump in. I dare you. Do it. Come on.
Looking a little bit like Smash 4 neutral.
Yeah, well, significantly less air dodges.
Yeah. Okay, no, not going to be able to connect that forward tilt angle downwards. Crash Bomb going to apply a little bit of shield pressure, but DDee's just going to back up a little bit to regain his composure. Crash Bomb not landing on top of him, continuing to dwindle up this damage with these small little nicks.
DDee's come very close a couple of times at making this sort of comeback against Peabnut, but he's yet to be able to do it successfully is something that I would jump to point out. So with this deficit, it feels all but guaranteed that Peabnut evens up our set count at 1-1, unless this is the time that DDee does it. Up throw should kill here. No, because it doesn't land on platform.
If it was just a hair to the left, man, I think that could have killed.
Or to the right, because it would have hit top platform too.
Okay, DDee getting a little bit desperate here with that Flare Blitz, and Peanut's going to capitalize on that. Middle Blade into back air to even up the score here in the reset.
On Battlefield, it's actually harder to not land on platform with that up throw than it is to land on platform, because the vast majority of that stage, you up throw, you're going to be on plat, but DDee just accidentally threading the needle with it and not getting the stock, resulting in Peabnut quickly firing back.
Just an unfortunate position for him to be in, right? Like, the middle platform 100% would have killed, but the left platform might have done the job too. Like, he was really close to that blast zone. Now we got Peabnut here with the Mega Man counter pick stage coming out from DDee in this 1-1 set.
See what his plan is going into this. It seems that Peabnut's been the one outpacing the young gun from Atlanta in terms of adaptation. DDee just has not been able to keep up with how quickly Peabnut is changing up his approaches and changing up everything that he's been trying to do.
Has that Leaf Blade yet again. Leaf Shield coming out at clutch, not getting it too much damage off of it. Instead, DDee racking up some combo damage here. Ivysaur looking for that down air. I love the recovery from Peabnut. He opts to recover as low as possible to avoid that said down air.
Ooh, but runoff Nair catching Metal Blade in the process. Gets caught by Crash Bomber, but he's just going to ignore it long enough to connect with that down air, and DDee once again up good.
Legitimately, that was a worry of mine. That I thought DDee would actually have that Crash Bomb on him and he would back off a little bit, but he, like you said, he just did not care about that Crash Bomb on top of him and just opted to go for the down air.
Ignore it, continue to push on the gas, and continue to try and get as much advantage as possible against Peabnut where the opportunities are given, because those opportunities are few and far between. But here's a big one here, 61% before he manages to get that dash-in grab.
From the Crash Bomb once more up on that stage. Again, the Vine Whip going to help him avoid that down air from Peabnut, sitting here at over 100 damage. Might be starting to think about how to get that kill move here from Peabnut. Might be the up air? Oh my god, the swap into Pokemon made me think he double jumped or something. That was really scary. Charizard at 160, not going to be able to survive that Metal Blade into the back air conversion. If we've seen it once, we've seen it 1,000 times. That seems to be Peabnut's go-to when he has that Metal Blade in hand for point blank.
Such a good kill confirmed by Peabnut, but he's got a lot more work to do to try and bring back this game number 2.
Landing down with the second down air. If the first one doesn't hit, I want the second one. Good spot dodge. Going to help him avoid that grab.
But he's just not getting that big damage that he needs in these situations.
Yeah.
44% is all he's managed to get over the course of like an entire minute and a half, and DDee been getting much more off of his opportunities just like that. The first jab reset we've seen all set, but it very well could be a huge deciding factor.
There's always something special in the air whenever you see a Squirtle get a kill out of all the Pokemon.
Squirtle's a jab reset machine on Wi-Fi, I'm just saying. I run into those Elite Smash PTs that all they do is spam side view with Squirtle.
Bro, when you got that extra 25 frames of lag, anything's possible.
Yeah, I'll give it
up B, right on top of him. 52 damage here on Peabnut. No grab. He was standing right in front of him with that shield, just holding on for dear life.
Quick little side B to get back to center stage. DDee doing a great job of just controlling space against Peabnut, because that's the one thing that Peabnut had been beating him at so consistently, was like, I'm going to control space and then the rest will come afterwards. But now DDee using a lot of those tools, maybe not at this exact moment.
Dang, the double jump going to call out Ivysaur with another forward air. Peabnut moving back and forth, some more pellets coming out. 124 here on DDee, another back throw coming out. It's up to him how he's going to get back towards the stage. Again, avoiding that down air.
They're not connecting. Means that DDee's going to be able to get back up. And look at, once again, he just holds shield for an age.
He knows. You're not going to go for a grab, because if you get a grab, you're not going to get anything off of it. Back air again off of the Metal Blade.
And I think that's something very important that you just touched on, Austin, is that one of these characters gets significantly more off of grabs at both low and high percents than the other does. So that means Peabnut doesn't get to sit and shield, DDee does.
Yeah. So it's a little bit unfortunate for Peabnut in that regard, right? Because if DDee gets a grab right now, he's going to get a couple, a little bit of damage off of it. But if he swaps over to Charizard, he gets a lot more out of it. Or even Ivysaur.
Gotta get back to stage though. Gets right past down throw, up B. Vine Whip is not enough, but Peabnut on notice. He's on the verge of losing this game, going down to tournament point.
Okay, Razor Leaf a little bit too far to get the conversion right afterwards. Peabnut trying to find this next hit. Point blank. I mean, at this point, DDee could be going for a grab. Opts to switch back to Squirtle of all characters to try to be a little bit of a mix-up here. Ivysaur back on the table here. We're trying to land a grab, a forward air, or Razor Leaf. Going back over to Charizard now. Fly back on the table, gets the grab, forward throw, not enough to get the up throw kill.
Cycling through these Pokemon like he's a VGC player at this point. Up throw here or F throw, both could do it, and F throw is enough. DDee takes another game from Peabnut despite how dominant game 2 was, and puts himself, like I said, on tournament point here at Dreamhack.
Georgia's defender still sitting here. Peabnut has to think, what can you do? You have to win 2 more games to take the set, but this is your final game. You cannot lose any more games or this tournament is over. DDee hovering over Steve.
And I can't believe I'm about to announce this. I think Street Fighter just beat us. So in the time that it took us to run Ultimate Top 8, and Steve is back, we finished 3 other fighting games over on the other stage.
Smash Ultimate, ladies and gentlemen.
Smash Ultimate.
Let's dive into it. Here we go. Bringing out the Steve. We have yet to really see this against Mega Man. I wonder if he's doing this to like show how strong he's going to get this win, or maybe like a little bit of an experiment for the next set, because he does have time to experiment with the game. If he loses this, he still has another game with stage counterpicks. So anything's possible here. If all this could just be data for the future.
Could very well be. Because you know these two titans of the Southeast definitely going to end up facing each other a lot more before anything is said and done. But I do find it really interesting that DDee won that game and then swapped.
Yeah. I think, again, it's because he has the lead and he wants to just experiment, maybe. But
entirely possible.
Okay, here we go. Got the pellets out again. Diamond is there. Just needs to find an opportunity to be able to build that. The desk is over there on the left side.
To Steve's best friend, and it's certainly DDee's ticket to closing out this set if he can get it.
Oh, no.
He can definitely mash out of that in plenty of time. Don't worry about that.
I thought maybe DDee was going to use that as an advantage to try to like go and build, but he wanted to use the pickaxe first. He still had like an iron or a stone.
DDee can't craft. He's trying to bait Peabnut in to try and fight him while he goes to craft up those extra tools, but no longer has a pickaxe, so fair and bare off the table, and wow.
Fantastic tech. He knew. Wow. Okay, Metal Blade in the back here. One more time. He desperately wants to build at this point. Peabnut's kind of like baiting it out a little bit. Still has a sword at least. Going to go for the grab instead. Another diamond to be found. Building some blocks, drops it down, tries to feint out the building, and goes for a little bit more aggressive option afterwards.
That feels like a big chunk of DDee's game plan with this Steve is to like pretend to do X and then do Y instead. But Peabnut, he's so wise. He knows exactly what DDee is about. He knows his type, and he knows how to punish it. But he's going to be getting punished pretty dang hard himself if he gets caught by another one of those minecarts.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see that crash bomb? Like slowly floating through the air.
Like that was a very weird exchange, which probably has something to do with Steve's blocks in some capacity.
Of course it does. Steve blocks break everything, including the meta.
Okay, so he's got Diamond here ready to rock, gonna build some more materials. Peabnut getting a little bit over antsy, jumps into it, gets called out by an aerial himself. 2 stocks apiece here.
Building up these walls to try and stay safe from Peabnut. It's not going to keep him safe forever, but as he continues to add layers to him, that's going to give him so much iron in the pocket alongside the diamond tools that he's already crafted up. He's got another one in the bank.
Yeah, as long as he holds on to this. Steve's one of those like late game characters too, because once he gets that diamond stuff built, like he is a force to be reckoned with. Crash bomb on top of him, has to shield right through it.
Let's be real though, Osti. He's an early game character. He's a late game character. He's a mid game character. He's a wherever else there is in the game character.
He's a character.
He is a character.
Okay, back here, gonna call out that minecart. Good call out from Peabnut. Gonna be able to, get that parachute glide with the up air on top of it. Trying to land on top of it, because the way that Peabnut lands with those up airs, he's trying to catch the late hit of up air, because if it connects, it allows him to get a follow-up on it.
Peabnut in a great position here, looking for ledge trump back air, but DDee buffering that option a little bit too quickly for him to have the chance. Ducks low, gets caught. Looking for a stock here off stage, but DDee just too slippery. Peabnut not even willing to commit to the offstage edge guard. Too dangerous.
Coming down with the anvil crash bomb here now on DDee. Goes into the minecart a second time. Called out by the back air, spawning right back in with the crash bomb in head. Ooh, the anvil. Peabnut playing very slippery around the Steve.
Just kept catching him with a couple pellets while he tries to set up that wall and set up that minecart. Peabnut more than content to just get those tiny little bits of percent, because they will add up over time.
Yeah, that's what you got to do with that character, right? Just nickel and dime your way to victory. 97 damage here on Peabnut. DDee now building a little bit.
He's got diamond, but he's got no resources. Look at that bar. He's got 1 wood, 2 stone, and 1 iron.
Yeah, not too much to be able to do with. So Peabnut's playing a little bit more like in his face to prevent him from being able to dig. But here's the prime time to do it, and Peabnut's just going to let him get away with it.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of that, but what else can you do? Especially with as much of a lead as Peabnut has. He's okay once again with just building up those small amounts of damage over time. Because eventually he'll get his moment, and by golly, Peabnut will capitalize when he gets his moment.
Building again, puts up the wall to help him dig. Gets another diamond for his troubles. All built up and ready to rock here. Peabnut hasn't really taken any damage, though.
No, he's just slowly chipping away at DDee, both at his materials and at himself, and not really getting touched in the process. So that's completely optimal for Mega Man here. Crash Bomb into back air.
Peabnut always on top of getting that conversion off Crash Bomb.
Nope, but quick minecart and power it at that will close out the stock.
I mean,
one more stock chance starting in the crowd as well. DDee, the hometown hero, got his people behind him.
That is true. The thing is, this is definitely in Peabnut's favor, because if Peabnut opts to play as passive as possible, it would be in his advantage. Look at this. It's coming down to the wire here on the timer over there in the top right. Only a minute left.
Tilt. Just one up tilt could do it all.
Looking for the answer. Gets the metal blade in the back air. The try and true we've seen so far this tournament. Bringing this to the final game of Dreamhack.
No matter what, Osti, the entire bracket, every single game of every single set, it all comes down to this final game. They're going to go to small battlefield, and we're going to see who our Dreamhack Atlanta champion is as DDee moves back over to Pokemon Trainer one more time.
We tried it with the Steve. It couldn't pull it off, so we're going right back over to Pokemon Trainer. Counter pick coming over to DDee's side. Gets to be able to pick what stage we're going to be able to go to. It is small battlefield. Let's get it.
One more game, 3 more stocks apiece. Early damage goes to DDee, but it's not too much, as that has been the name of this set between these two players. The theming is just low damage combos and taking what you can get, but DDee taking all he can get in this early stock as he goes straight for the dare and closes out first stock in the blink of an eye. It's been a slow set, but it certainly wasn't a slow stock.
I was about to mention how DDee always brings his opponent up to 64 damage almost every single time consistently, but never has he followed up with an Ivy Sword down air immediately after that combo. If that's not a momentum shift, I don't know what is. DDee has a stock lead, and it is starting to climb here, but hold on a second. Peabnut bring it back bit by bit with the leaf blade, a potential option for him to go for a down air himself.
He saved so much gas in the tank, apparently, because DDee is just stepping on the accelerator at the moment. He's almost fully lapped Peabnut in damage. He's going to get a lot more thanks to Flamethrower, and a ledge trap here could be coming up and could be extremely detrimental to South Carolina's favorite player and his chances at taking this set.
DDee playing a little bit more patient here, waiting for that prime opportunity to get in there, sticking with the Squirtle, mind you, at the mid percentages on both characters. Gonna wait till he probably gets hit before swapping over to the Ivy Sword, because he just feels mad comfortable with this character. The tech in from Peabnut, mixing up where he's gonna go. Catches the back air into the uppercut. Squirtle, being a light character, gonna be sending himself up to the stratosphere after that one.
84% worth of extra credit onto Peabnut, but it might not matter if he can find himself some good positioning in center stage, continue to wall DDee out, and continue to chip damage over time. Back air connects, pushes him out again, and he's got that center stage that he's so desperate for.
DDee at this point looking for a potential up B. I'll go straight back over to Squirtle. Get that more mobility here to allow him to be able to jump around and weave through all of these projectiles like it's a minigame, like he's playing Ninja Warrior or something. Leaf blade, point blank, throw it at him. Forward air, a lot of fadeaways on top of that. Peabnut's bringing this back little by little.
Quick little jabs, quick little pellets. Squirtle not really figuring out as well how to proceed through this maze that Peabnut is setting up. DDee was so good at it on stock 1, and then Peabnut's like, okay, that was just level 1. Let me complicate this even more, and he just charges F smash in his face. Nothing DDee can do about that.
Now we've got the pellet. That was a very scary situation on the top there. Up air coming in, making kind of a weird exchange here as we got ourselves a very even game. Does the feint jump into a grab, tosses him back off stage, catches him with the stray vine whip through the stage. We have yet to see that all day today until it finally came into Mark. Trying to hope he was going to jump out of shield. DDee does not give it to him. If there's anything that DDee's been doing, he holds that shield forever. Oh no!
Absolutely insane thing to happen in Game 5 of the Grand Finals reset. But DDee has to shake it off, has to forget, has to play like the set of his life. So much damage on the shield. No shield break this time around, though. Needs to connect with a back air here. Crowd is chanting, DDee, DDee.
They want them to win. They want the Georgia hometown hero to bring back this stock. He's looking for a grab, a potential grab
throw here
on the platform. Not enough. Peanut's going to be able to live through that. 139 damage. He has to get this edge guard, but that crash bomb's going to mess with him a little bit. 64 damage right now on DDee and climbing. Can't get out of disadvantage state with Charizard. He is struggling to find himself back down to the ground. He needs a backer. He needs a forward tilt. He needs a flare blitz at this point. Something to take away this stock.
Austin, that Crash Bomber did a lot more than just mess with him. It did 105, now even more percent. Peabnut goes for a mix-up on a down throw, but DDee is finally able to connect with a killing move. Brings us to last stock, and if anybody can do it, it's this young gun.
Final stocks of the tournament right now. Swapping over to the Ivysaur, going to get called out by those jabs. Peabnut looking to close this out. He just needs one Metal Blade, one back air, one uppercut, one read.
Look at this pressure!
That shield was a Skittle! He avoids that up smash. Gets called out by the forward air, 157%. He's coming back onto the stage. Another Razor Leaf coming his way. Back air, wants to get the strangle, whiffs the grab.
But with the up smash too, and this is DDee's chance. He tries for the Vine Whip up on the platform for a tech chase. Another down tilt, another Razor Leaf, and he's in complete control here, but everything misses, everything goes awry, and it's another shot for Peabnut.
He can't get that whiff punish. It's not coming his way. He calls out the roll, gets the up smash, and the South Carolina hero Peabnut is your DreamHack Atlanta 2023 champion.
Huge congratulations to Peabnut as he plays his heart out across 8 straight games, not even counting the set that these two played in winners finals. He has finally done it, winning a major, a regional, whatever you want to call it, a tournament of this caliber. Peabnut has come so close so many times, second at Riptide, second at so many other events, and now he's finally going to be able to lift that trophy and doing it over a player as strong as DDee. No mean feat. Huge congratulations to him, but also extremely well played by DDee as he leaves Jabali hanging on the stage. What are you doing, man?